turn by turn. Soon, it is going to be that of the Federal Republic of Nigeria. And I'm talking about the coup that is ongoing right now, the plot to oust out, to kick out Bola Ahmed Tinubu. Although the military came out and said certain individuals have been sending us emails and they've been giving us reasons why we should take over government. We have seen several military rules in Nigeria, and we all know that there is nothing different between the military and the civilian government when it comes to corruption. In fact, they are all the same. They are all the same. But there is this disrespect and also human rights abuse to the maximum level when the military takes over. Now, something happened recently, and it is that of the military takeover, the coup in Gabon. It was Niger. ECOWAS gathered together saying that they are going to fight, they are going to send in the military, and Niger said, all right, no problem, you can bring it on. Niger coup kind of looks like a revolution, and we all know that civilians cannot do anything in Nigeria, in Niger, in Gabon, in Cote d'Ivoire, in any of these African countries, because citizens have been weakened. The system has been structured in a way that citizens are so weak and they can do nothing. Should citizens gather to fight for their rights, these criminals, these feeble criminals, will gather themselves, call on their dogs, and I'm talking about security agents, to take the life of those that are protesting or those that are fighting for their right. We've seen countless of this in Nigeria. The president of Gabon is a man that his ancestors, let me use that word, his ancestors have been in power. I'm talking about 53 years. If a family is in power for 53 years, for over 53 years, you should know that these are ancestors. The ancestors of this president that has been kicked out, Ali Bongo, or Ali whatever. I'm talking about a sickly man, a man who cannot walk properly, a man who is dead but alive. He's ready to pass this down to his own child, his own son. That's how they do. It has now become a monarchy, even though monarchy is not something that is reasonable. Even if you go to the United Kingdom, regardless of whatever anybody wants to say, there are people, a lot of people in the United Kingdom who are tired of monarchy. They want an end. They want democracy as democracy should be. Anyway, let's come back to Africa, where things can be extremely worse. The president has been kicked out, and he's a man that is sickly, like I told you. Look at him. Look at a man that is sickly, a man that cannot walk properly, a man that went through stroke, a man that is cognitive reason, everything about him is not okay. This is the kind of person that wants to continue to rule the country same way the president of Cameroon, Paul Biya, is in power, even though he is sick. He cannot see. He can't reason properly. You see, there is something that I don't understand. And I know that majority of these people are kept in power through the influence of Western countries who are ready to destroy any country that they perceive is a threat to their parasitic relationship. They are only interested in what they can steal from Gabon, and they do not mind to keep that president in power as long as that president gives resources to them as they want. And they will tell the president, don't worry, we'll keep you there. And should there be anything, like a coup or maybe revolution, these same Western countries are the first to come out to start talking about how corrupt African leaders can be. Whereas behind the scene, they are the ones. It takes two to tango, like they say. It takes these Western powers and the wicked criminal rulers in Africa to dance the dance of horror. Let us listen to what this horrible man has to say. Maybe somehow it might touch your heart, as we are also looking in the direction of the newly elected president of Nigeria, Bola Ahmed Tinubu. Are we not sure that this is about to happen to him too? And also Ghana, the president of Ghana is also afraid. He is afraid. he can't sleep with his two eyes closed. There is a knock at his door, and he does not know who is knocking. Is it the military or not? Let us hear the president that has been kicked out, the terrible man. Let us hear what he has to say.
And I'm to send a message to all the friends that we have all over the world to tell them to make noise, For the people here have arrested me and my family. My son is somewhere, my wife is in another place, and I'm at the residence. Right now, I'm in the residence and nothing happening. Nothing is happening. I don't know what's going on. So I'm calling you to make noise, really. I'm thanking you. Thank you.
Gabon is a country located in Central Africa. They were colonized by the same parasitic France. The official language there is French. Currency is Central African, that is CFA franc. Money printed by France. Gabon is one of the countries that France have kept their rulers in power. Like I told you, the president of Gabon that has been kicked out now, that president, his father was there. We are talking of 53 years. 53 years. 53 years. It is serious. The military takeover in Gabon is the 8th in West and Central Africa since 2020 and the second after Niger. President Ali Bongo, he has been detained, and I think the same way Niger army or military dealt with their own criminal president who was selling the resources of the country cheap to France, to Macron. I think it's the same way they are going to handle this. Just put pen to paper and agree that you are ready to move away from that seat of power. It is so terrible. I mean, Mali, Guinea, Burkina Faso, Chad, they have all taken over, military have all taken over those countries. And you'll be wondering, we're talking of almost 60 years. The Bongos have been in power. They have been in power. How can one family be president? They kept transferring it to their children. Obviously, like I said, criminal France is behind all of this. And of course, wicked and greedy family or families, they are behind all of this, making sure that their people live in perpetual poverty whilst they steal money. At times, they might have properties in their country, but majority of what they steal is not even kept in their country. They keep it outside of their country, and more of it in the same France, in some of these Western countries. The question is this: if you buy properties that are worth $1 billion here and there, are you going to take such properties away at the end of the day? No. They know, these countries know that these are stolen loot. These are loot that have been taken from, people, from citizens. They know. So they can come up with one policy one day and say, we are trying to purge Africa. We are trying to clean some of this country. So we will be taking over the properties that they have bought here. And we'll be using these properties to take care of those that are in need in that continent. They can come up with these stories. They are criminals, but they kind of have a way of presenting themselves as if they're not criminals when they are behind the criminal activities in these countries. It's so sad. I'm not in support of military rule, because military rule does not give room to a kind of peaceful government. Military rule is all about human rights abuses. That's what it is. Military rule has never been perfect. Military government can also be extremely corrupt. I don't know what your thoughts are as regards this new development. Drop your comment, like and share, subscribe to this channel. See you in the next update.